Hey guys, I am once again going to talk about the Bride of Ultron story arc. Now, have you seen my 3-part review of this story? If not, you can watch it here. Then, you can watch me dive into the character development of the Beast and Wonder Man during the Bride of Ultron. And once you've done all that, come on back and we'll talk about the Vision. Now in the upcoming movie, The Avengers Age of Ultron, which premieres on May 1st, 2015, which is in just a few short weeks, we will be introduced to a character known as the Vision. So today I want to focus a little bit on that character development I talked about during the Bride of Ultron story arc. Now when the story started, we were already into some issues between the Scarlet Witch and the Vision, who were married at the time. Now the Vision, as some may know, was created by Ultron in order to defeat the Avengers, but the Vision turned on Ultron and became a very popular member of the Avengers during the 1970s. Now the Vision's origin has changed over time, but during the Bride of Ultron, it was generally known that the Vision's body was that of the original android Human Torch, who was active during World War II and was a member of the Invaders along with Captain America, Bucky, and the Submariner. Now the Ultron used the Torch's body and the brain patterns of an assumed dead Simon Williams to create the Vision. Now the Vision is a very powerful character. He has the ability to control his density, so he can become intangible and pass through solid objects, as well as making his body super duper dense to that of the most purest diamond, and when he does so, he inherits the tensile strength of that density. I don't understand it either. Let's just go ahead and say, hey, it's comics. He also has 2 eye beams that come out, kind of a heat vision sort of looking thing, I believe. And then there's also a blast that comes out of his solar gem. And the solar gem is used for the Vision to accumulate and absorb solar energy, and that's what makes him function. And once again, it's comics. There's a very famous scene in Avengers 58 when the Vision first appeared, stating that even an android can cry. So we've accepted the fact that the Vision does indeed have human emotion, but those are in question at the start of this story arc. Now, after reading this and seeing some of the subplot, and then talking a little bit about Wonder Man as I did in previous episodes, it's obvious that the root of all of this is the fact that Simon Williams is back to life, and the Vision is in a state of, well, who am I now? Am I him? Am I just a machine? You know, I'm not really sure what I am. And this is what the Vision is struggling with. In Avengers 157, the Vision battles a stone version of the Black Knight, and the Knight calls him a thing of synthetic flesh. Now this stings the Vision, as he's already been dealing with the fact that Simon Williams is back to life, and now the Vision cannot even call his mind his own. In fact, perhaps he is closer to his namesake and is nothing more than a ghost. It's gotta be something kind of hard to battle with, even if you were an android. Yeah. This continues to tug at the Vision in Avengers 158 when Avengers clash, as he has decided that since Simon is now alive, the Vision is nothing more than a machine and has given up any delusions of humanity, and in fact, that he has no right to be married to a woman of flesh and blood and will soon relinquish his wife. Now that's a very strong statement to say, although I'm not sure why this is just now coming to him and why it matters that Simon is back to life. He was a machine before, he's still a machine now. It is kind of weird that they got married to begin with, don't you think? It's comics. But since the Vision hasn't yet fully given in to his android state, and since Wonder Man was paying attention to his wife and giving comfort to the Scarlet Witch, the Vision strikes out at him. Now they fight to a standstill until the team intervenes and stops them. The humanity of the Vision picks up again in Avengers 160, The Trial, when the Grim Reaper attacks the Avengers at their headquarters, Avengers Mansion. The Vision states that the Vision is an artificial being with Wonder Man's brain patterns. Now the Scarlet Witch stutters, artificial? Darling, no, you're more than just a machine. But the Vision tells her to be silent. It almost seems as if the Vision didn't really care for his wife at this time, but when the Grim Reaper attacks her, he reacts quite violently, as any husband would if they saw their wife in danger. Later in this issue, the Vision's origin is recounted when the Grim Reaper puts him and Wonder Man on trial to determine who has the rights to Wonder Man's brain patterns. The Vision does so willingly, even to the dismay of the Scarlet Witch. The Vision states that he cannot pretend to be something he is not. He is not Wonder Man, and if it's a crime he must die for, before, then so be it. Better that than to have Wonder Man suffer a second death. Now, I don't know about you folks, but someone who's willing to give up his own life for that of another doesn't sound like an emotionless machine to me. Ultimately, he declares that perhaps he and Wonder Man are the true brothers. Now, this is an aspect that is carried on for years following the story arc, where the Vision and Wonder Man kind of declare themselves as brothers and act as brothers would. In issue 161, Beware the Ant-Man, Ultron confronts the Avengers and defeats the Vision rather ultimately, since Ultron, who built the Vision, knows every detail of his construction. It even appears that he kills the Vision. In fact, we don't even see the Vision again until Avengers 165, The Hammer of Vengeance. And we only saw him because Jarvis had to go check on him because Jarvis was concerned about the power in the mansion after Nefaria attacks them. And we see that the Vision is in some sort of healing device designed to cure him. The Vision being put into this healing tube, as it were, was done all off panel. We only found out at this point that they'd actually done anything with the Vision other than leave him in a crumpled mass on the floor, which obviously they wouldn't do, but it was almost as if the writer forgot, oh, I gotta go back and fix the Vision here, so let me put him in this healing tube. That's okay, it works. I was good with it. It's comics. When Yellow Jacket finally revives the Vision in issue 166, Day of the Godslayer, the Vision comes out of his coma acting a bit differently. In fact, the Beast thinks that the Vision's voice sounds more robotic than ever. Indeed, the Vision acts with very little emotion through the entire battle with Nefaria. There is one scene where the Vision is closing in on Nefaria, and he notes how human foibles should not be new to the Vision, but since he's been in a coma, it appears he's forgotten them. Still, he counters his thoughts that isn't it a human experience to awaken from a brush with death to see everything as if for the first time? Now, obviously, he's not 100% a robot, right? Now, the Vision ultimately shows what a badass he is. He flies a mile up into the air, he turns his body into the purest diamond, falls straight down on top of Nefaria and knocks him out. Really cool. This is why the Vision was one of the greatest characters in the 70s, in my opinion. I really am looking forward to seeing how his character develops in the movie, if he will even have that much screen time. We've got a lot of players in this movie, and he may only have a very small part in it. I hope not. I hope he has a much bigger part. I'm also curious to see if they're going to even dive at all into the relationship of the Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Maybe, you know, when they first see each other, there's a little gleam of romance. So what did you think of the Vision? Put a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think of him today? And how do you think he's going to act in the Age of Ultron movie? I'm Kevin. That was my commentary. Please click on the subscribe button. I'd love it if you could constantly hear me go on about the Bride of Ultron. Believe me, I'm going to wrap this up. I got one more episode I'm going to do on this. I'm going to talk about the Yellow Jacket and the relationship between Iron Man and Captain America during this particular story arc. And then I'm done. We're going to move on to something else. I swear. That's all I got for today. You take care. Really, I'm not kidding this time. I think last time I told you to take care and you didn't. You didn't, did you? You know what you did. Let's not do that this time. Take care, like I said, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.